We bought a house, and we are so excited. We're in it right now, if you can't tell.
If we moved it a little to the side, you'll see the disaster.
Yeah, it's both behind us, both the boys. Bentley's asleep, and Asher's doing quiet time right now. It's crazy. We've been here for almost a week. Wow. Yeah. We've been here since Monday. Today is Friday.
Yeah.
We've been a little bit behind on posting because this process has taken almost a month. Lots of things have came up, lots of exciting things. Did I think we'd buy a home this year? No way.
Yeah.
But we did, and it is so exciting.
And we're going to share how all that happened, but first we're going to kind of give like a rundown of how we got to this point.
Let's rewind back a bit.
Because if you've been a follower for a while, you know we have moved a little bit here in the last couple years.
A little bit. This is our 6th move in the last 2 years.
Honestly, I quit counting, but
I'm not even going to count right now because it doesn't matter.
But we are going to share some information we've never shared before on those like other moves, like the first couple moves in Tennessee. We never really shared a lot, which left a lot of people confused.
Starting back when me and Christian started our lives, us together, we moved to Bowling Green, and we were there for 3 years in the same apartment. Loved it. It was so many memories. We brought Asher home from the hospital there.
I think it's still my favorite place we've ever lived, honestly.
Definitely. Besides this, I think this place is going to outbeat it.
Obviously this one.
But lived so far, that one was definitely our favorite. Lots of memories. It was really cool. And then Asher was 7 months, and we were like, let's change up scenery. Let's, move to Tennessee and see how we like it.
And then for 6 months before we moved to Tennessee, we like traveled to Utah, Arizona, Florida, and we were trying to decide where we wanted to live. We almost moved to Jacksonville, Florida, and then we backed out last minute, and then we just decided on a limb, we'll just go to Nashville because it's close, and it's still a move.
Yeah. And
it feels like something different.
It was a change of scenery, kind of, but not really necessarily.
Yeah, because it really doesn't look much different than Kentucky.
But. And I think if you know us truly, you know we'd move to Florida in a heartbeat. But once you have kids and they love family, it's hard to like take them away from that and pull them. If it was just me and Christian and we didn't have little ones yet, I know we would probably be at a beach somewhere in Florida. Who's to say maybe one day when the boys leave and we retire and that could still happen. But for now, we are prioritizing the boys' feelings and where they feel led to be at.
And moving on that limb, obviously we didn't have much time. I think it was like 60 or 30?
It was 6 weeks.
6 weeks away from when we had to be out of our apartment. So we were trying to find something quick. We came down and looked at a house in Nashville area, and we didn't like it, and we were just driving, I believe, like out of the area, and we came across these like townhomes. And we were like, wow, these are beautiful. And they were just built, like they weren't finished at all. And we went and toured them, decided to go with that townhome.
Because they had a bunch of incentives with them being near. Like the first month was free. The amenity center was coming up. There was a bunch of and it was a 2-car and it was a 1-car garage. But it was the first time we'd ever been in something other than an apartment. So we were super excited about that.
Yeah.
It had a backyard. It was kind of fenced in. It was a weird thing. So we decided to jump on that, and we loved the people that were working, and they were very sweet, very kind. They still are great people. We haven't talked to them since, but great people. And we move in, and we were there for a couple of months.
I think we were there for 3 months at both the places in Tennessee. And that one wasn't as bad as the one we're about to share about. The second one was worse for us.
So our backyard faced a very busy main road. So my anxiety with us going outside was always very high. I always have anxiety as it is, but then it was just very high having little ones, being in the backyard, not knowing our area. And then we were on a cul-de-sac, and their family next to us always would block our driveway.
They were really sweet.
They were really sweet, and they were just a really big family that lived there, but they would always park right in front of our driveway no matter what, and we couldn't get out. And then
we'd have to like drive through our other neighbor's yard. Because
the lady that lived next to us was just her and her kids, and they were really sweet, which was a plus. And she wouldn't care if we drive through her yard, but it was still, we had to drive through someone's yard to get out, which was very annoying. And then there was some very, very sketchy business going on at the
like
other end. That one was just a lot of anxiety. And then the ladies there were like, hey, we have our new one. Because we always voiced to them like how we were feeling. We talked about like the cars in the way to try to get them to move. So they were like, we have our new area that's a sister property coming over, and it's off the main road, and you have your own driveway, and it was an in unit, and it was a 2-car garage instead of 1-car garage.
We did tour houses too, like to rent back in Bowling Green. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, I think we would got like another month free if we moved over there.
Yeah. So
like we were literally saving another month's rent by just moving over there, which, I mean, hindsight probably wasn't the best idea because that place was 10 times worse. That's the worst one. The first place we moved, I will say it, I don't think we would have had like the worst time if we stayed there.
No, we definitely felt safer there. It was just more of anxiety. The second one, it was terrifying. There was a person on the loose with a dangerous object that could hurt somebody.
Used it on a police officer, and he was on the run like 5 minutes from our house. So like one night we literally barricaded our doors with like the couch.
Asher was with his grandparents, and it was me and Christian. We sat in our car in the garage just in case we needed to evacuate because we were so scared, and we didn't have anything to protect us but a golf club.
Mind you, we are from like a super small town where like this stuff is not common.
No.
So
I don't think it's really common in a lot of places, but I don't know.
This was all new to us.
Nashville was all new to us. So we just thought, this is Nashville, I guess, living in that area.
Yeah, and
it's
after
terrifying.
we moved out of that area, I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, but like everyone was like, yeah, you should not have moved to that area. That is not a good area at all. That's like one of the worst areas you can move to. So yeah, obviously you live and you learn.
The main reason that had us for sure leave this place, and we did have to pay to leave this one, but we did not care because we wanted out of it, was the townhomes directly behind us.
There's like 2 like rows of townhomes behind us.
The townhomes behind us were all broken into in the middle of the night, and we had no clue until there was a bunch of we had Ring cameras in the front and the back, and we had a bunch of sketchy things going on. And we were outside one day, and this dude said, can we see your Ring camera footage?
It was the construction guy that was building the townhomes.
And he asked to see our Ring camera footage because all the townhomes behind us were broken into.
He said the doors were kicked in.
And their washer and dryers were stolen, which is thank you, Jesus, that they didn't try to come into ours, because it was just us and another person that were living in our building. And the thought of someone kicking, if our doors could be kicked in, if they all were locked and stuff be taken, that is terrifying. But the point that they came and stole all the washers and dryers in the middle of the night and we didn't hear a single thing, even more terrifying. And then when we moved out, there was a huge crack in Asher's window in his bedroom that we had no clue about, that was just chilling as soon as we were packing up, and saw that. So that was just a big, okay, this doesn't feel safe. We have kids.
Also, if you have the Ring app, there's the neighborhood or whatever, and it was just every night there's cars breaking into, pew pew everywhere, pew 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 pew, and I was like, good lord, it was
terrifying.
Every single night there's pew pew.
I did not sleep at all. It was very hard to sleep in that area, and we were there for I think 2 months.
Yeah.
It was less than our first place after all this happened.
Yeah, first place was amazing compared to that one. I'll say that.
Yes.
And then we moved to Franklin. Obviously, we love that. We love Franklin.
We did.
That's probably my favorite area I've ever lived in, and probably will be gorgeous, forever. Yeah. But it's obviously, if you know Franklin, Tennessee, you know how much that is. The price tag is insane there.
It's what we were paying for that place compared to our home mortgage right now is quite literally insane.
But I will say, we met a ton of friends in our community. We still talk to today, and if they didn't sell them, I think we would have still been there, because that was our goal when we moved in, was we're going to live here until we can afford a home. Obviously,
all of our neighbors became our friends. Jazzy and Jordan live right next to us, and they became really close to us. But their lease was up before us, and we all were obviously kicked out of our properties because they were selling them. So they left, sadly, and it was really hard. And then our friends on the other end, they were parents, they had older kids, but they were still great and amazing people, and we connected with them really good. And then the people right across from us had little ones.
And then down the road,
Kay and her husband.
Who actually ended up being our neighbors in
our next
neighborhood that we moved to.
So all of this to say, our last 2 moves in Tennessee were amazing.
Yeah.
And our last one it was nice. We loved our landlord and stuff. We were just ready to settle down.
We connected with our loan officer that we had tried to buy a home with the year before.
Yeah, because if you watched our video when we decided where we were moving and decided to stay in Tennessee, we talked about how we tried to buy a home that year, but with self-employment taxes, there's a whole lot of work that goes into it, and it was just not going to be enough that year to do it. So then this year, we're like, hey, let's just see what we could get possibly this year and know like how much we need to save up between the beginning of the year to now and go from there.
Yeah.
And we did the process, and she let us know, and it was like shocking how much we were able to do. So we were like, we would be silly to pay rent the rest of the year than to go ahead and settle down on this stunning property.
I feel like that's been our goal for like the last 2 years. We wanted to buy a home, but we never were able to yet. But now we finally were able to. So we were like, all right, let's just go ahead and jump on this and do it.
We found our gorgeous property, and our loan officer, our realtor, both were like sent from heaven. They were like amazing. We had never obviously bought a home before. We did not know the process. We didn't know what all you needed. They blankly did it all for us, and they were like, this is your numbers. This is what you would have to pay. So we told our landlord. He literally was the best and the only landlord we've ever had.
Yeah, we've always been through a company, and we were scared the last move we moved to that new house, we went through an actual landlord. But it was actually the best process we've ever had. Dude was amazing. So
sweet. And we were just so upfront with him. Like, hey, like in the beginning when we moved in, we told him we wanted to be in this property until we were able to buy. And so he already knew once we got approved and everything, like he just told us what all we needed to do to get out of our lease there. And then we're here now. Somebody came to join us.
One of the biggest reasons we are back in Kentucky is this little fella right here, because he loves his family more than anything in this world.
Do you love your Peppa? Does he take you to see the cows?
Yeah. I think he would rather live with Mama and Papa than us at this point, mainly because they got the cows, and he's a little spoiled.
It is. It's so hard for me because I'm so used to being with the boys 24/7. So when they're not here, I'm like, what do I do? Obviously, we have to have Bentley with us because I'm breastfeeding, but like...
And Bentley really doesn't like anyone other than us.
It does. And I think the breastfeeding and like he was with only us. We never really had family around in Tennessee because it was such a drive. All of this to say, we're so excited and we feel amazing, so blessed. Like God has worked in so many ways recently, and it's just like when you believe in Jesus and do these things and you see him work, it just like really knocks on your heart to know. I feel at home. This feels like home.
Yeah, this is definitely the best thing for us.
It's been amazing. And to have family closer, to know that it's okay to have a break every now and then and not like
work like ourselves. I told Lexi yesterday, Asher wants to be there more than they probably want him there and more than we probably want him there. He loves going there. He loves animals right now, so seeing all the different kind of farm animals really makes him happy. So, and he loves his Peppa more than anybody, more than me, probably more than you.
You love Peppa? He's eating an ice cream cone, but we have so much to share with you guys. So many more fun things that come up. We do have our unfinished house tour ready to go up. Unfurnished. It'll be up right after this, and we are so excited. So let us know what you want to see in the new house. What's your favorite type of content to see? If you want to see more vlog styles.
Finished house tour is going to take a little bit longer because, we just spent a lot of money on the house.
Yes. Yeah, we spent a lot of money.
The hardest part about buying a house is you spend all this money not only on like the down payment, but like the closing costs.
And then you have everything else you need to put into the house.
The appliances. And then you get all the fun ideals of like stuff you want to do in your house. And you're like, you know what, maybe we should like sporadically do these instead of like jumping and buying everything at once.
Yes, but we are so excited. Like, I just can't say how excited we are. Like, I can't believe, I feel like I'm in a dream. I just remember growing up and like wanting a family, wanting a home, like a backyard for the kids to play in, just to be content. And I feel the most content I've ever been ever.
It feels good to be settled, feels good to own a home, and yeah.
We thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you for watching our videos, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to have this life.
Yes, and it's been the biggest blessing ever to be home with our boys, to be with each other. Life has just been so good, and we truly thank you all so much. Oh, the freezer's open. With that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.